Welcome back to Unpaid Film Critic. It's been a while. Today we'll be reviewing my long-anticipated Dune Part 2 review. I watched this film the first Friday of April. It was amazing. Watched it 70mm at 10 a.m. in San Francisco with my dad. This film was immense. It was gorgeous to watch, practically because I had just gotten off of my finals for my previous semester, which were pretty brutal, so I was glad to be done with those. And watching this film, it really shows you, I don't want to offend anyone, but it really shows you how easy it is for people to think some other people are religious idols. When they do certain tasks that are like, oh, in our religious text, when someone does this, they are the Messiah. They are the... Yeah. And that's basically what Paul Atreides does, is a falling of... It's basically, how do you create religion, a stabilized thing? And it's very interesting. More context to this, Lady Jessica played wonderfully by Rebecca Ferguson, which I think she'll get nominated an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, because she's phenomenal in this movie. When she says, we must convince the non-believers. And we will start with the week on how, hey, I'm going to just start the religion for you, and just, she basically creates the religion around her son. It's very interesting watching this work. And then, so, and this is all the Fremen. The Fremen are basically mujahideen, very, you have to be, if you don't think the Fremen are mujahideen, if you don't think that they're just the blatant idea of what the Middle Eastern religion is, it's kind of obvious. That's all I'm going to say. But I honestly love the fact that this film is just phenomenal on how it's gorgeously shot. I watched it 70mm, which was the ratio of film, which is the biggest ratio of film. Certain films have been shot like this. Other films most recently was Oppenheimer, which I also reviewed. Although I did rewatch my own review of Oppenheimer and realized I think I need to re-recording, so don't worry, that will be fixed. Don't know why I sent out what I did, but it happened. But I really loved the viewing of Oppenheimer. Of Dune Part 2. It was very emotional watching it in 70mm. This big, it's hard to describe. It's kind of like going in and watching a really, hard to describe because you just gotta go in and watch the actual screen itself. People are like, oh, the closer up you sit, the better it is. No. For a 70mm, in my opinion, in the one that we saw in San Francisco, that was the only place you could watch without it being like you gotta lean back, but the seats don't recline. You know how nowadays they have reclining seats? This theater doesn't have reclining seats. So it's kind of like you gotta do some interesting back thing to watch it if you want to watch it on a lower screen, on a lower seating. That's why I normally sit when they K and F, higher up. Yeah. But yeah, just sitting and watching the cinematics, the cinematography was beautiful. I've been addicted to the music, honestly. I last checked my recent listens. My top song has been the opening score to Dune. I am obsessed with just watching score in general. I love score. I believe score music is just magnificent. But cutting back, the score in this film is so heavy. It's just so you just hear it and it's just boom, boom. It's this looming, this orchestral feeling. and it's so interesting, and it's so uniquely done. I think audio-wise, they're probably also going to get an Oscar nom for visuals, most definitely, because they really shot it on location. Not meaning they went to Arrakis, but no. They shot. They did not use that much green screen. I mean, they had to with the worms, but yeah. And the worms look really well done. The motion capture for the worms look amazing. So, watching this film, I do think that you need to know Dune Part 1. So, watch Dune Part 1 and watch Dune Part 2. I know I've restated that, but I think that, like, for me, that's probably what and if you aren't going to buy them on DVD, just wait for Dune Part 2 to come out on DVD. Or buy one, or buy them separate, or buy a combo pack. I recommend buying the combo pack. That would probably look super sweet. Seeing like yeah. But I know I might get a little flack for this. I think this is gonna be going up on levels like Empire Strikes Back and Return of the King level of quality. And it might just be this generation's version of Return of the King. Unless they do Dune Messiah and Dune and Children of Dune. If they do those two books, I don't know how they're going to do those two books. I just think they should end it here, because let's just say Dune Messiah and the Children of Dune go off the handle and go crazy. Yeah. Let's just say giant space worm. It involves a giant space worm and a lot of conversations. Not a lot of fighting, a lot of conversations. And conversational films, they can be done. But if you're going to include action, you could just combine the movies into one movie. You could. I don't. It's just me speculating. But Dune Part 2, I think, is phenomenal. The cast is great. I think Zendaya and gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Why am I blanking on the main actor's name? Jeez, I'm blanking. The guy who played Willy Wonka and the guy who played Paul. I'm blanking. I am seriously blanking. I am seriously blanking. Timothy Chalamet. I don't know why. His name is still Timothy Chalamet. I don't know why it took me that long to remember his name. Normally, I'm really good with remembering names. I know fate. This is not a problem I have with actors. It's a problem I have in real life, where, like, I know names, I know faces, but remembering the actual name is fucking terrifying. But yeah, I truly think that Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya are probably going to get nominated for Best Support, or Best Actor and Best Actress, because Zendaya's role in this film is phenomenal. I think she does a terrific job of trying to be like, hey, I believe in this religion, but this idea of the Messiah is complete crazy, and that's like the northern faction. Like, she's complete saying, hey, that's not what my side believes. My side does not believe in a tyrant and a guy going down and saying, hey, I am your Messiah, you must bow to me. I mean, I am not the Muad'Dib. That's what their Messiah is. Their name is the Muad'Dib, and I love them. Let's just say Paul goes on a power trip by the end of the film. I'm sorry, but it's kind of like, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say how, but his character arc throughout these two films is phenomenal. I truly think he's going to get nominated for Best Actor. I think they're going to get the Best Actor noms for this film, because the acting in this film is phenomenal. And I'm surprised, given that it's a March release. That's going to be hard. Because, side note, I did just come back from watching Civil War, which I will have a review on that tremendously done film, which I don't know how I'm going to describe it without going political. Not going political, but explaining it in ways that wouldn't sound like I'm choosing like how it would be political, like that. Also, I really liked it, how unique they went with the book. I mean, I'm so glad that Villeneuve is a fan of Dune, because hey, I'm a fan of Villeneuve. I can't wait to talk about more about his films. Don't worry, I will be going to Sicario. I will be going about Enemy. I will be talking about Prisoners. Trust me, those 3 films are gonna fucking break anything. Sorry, I said fuck, but fuck. There's a lot of good parts of his films. He's a really phenomenal director. I think, in my opinion, he could be better than Christopher Nolan. I think they go head to head. I think it's one of those two. Phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed watching this film in 70mm. Maybe it was just because of the event, but I truly remember watching it and having a great time watching it. Dune Part 2, it should be out in theaters, but it will be heading to DVD soon, so I will... Showtimes. I mean, it's still in theaters, but it's probably not in the end of its run, so it'll probably head to, like, disc. And it'll probably be, and they haven't announced when it's going to Max yet, but it'll probably be late 2024. I'm giving it'll be on cable or something by the end of 2024. It's right now at the end of its run in theaters, which you saw in theaters, you saw a magnificent film. If you forgot to see it in theaters, well, you can still watch it, but the times won't be as great. From what I'm seeing based on showtimes that I've been researching. This film also is a really good sequel film. It really goes deeper into the lore of Dune. Like, if you're a fan of Dune, you'll get a lot of, like, you'll see a lot of characters that you're like, oh, I remember this character from the book. Oh, I'm surprised they brought in this character. Oh, really? They brought in that character? And there's some shots when they're like, wait, how did he manage to write those scenes into, like, there are some scenes where I'm shocked that they were able to get away with because of how crazy they were in the book. I'm not explaining what, but there is some shit that'll give you tripped, that will trip your mind if you've read the book. Only if you've read the book will you be like, oh. But if you haven't read the book, you'll still be like, oh, they did that. Okay, that's unique. And then when you read the book later on in life, you'll be like, oh, that's how they did that. Oh, I was surprised they were able to do that. Yeah, like, there's some shots like that where you're always wondering, like, how did they manage to do that? And I find that as unique. Last words. Well, I really like this film, and I enjoy making films. I enjoy making film reviews, and I enjoy the company that my viewers give me. You guys are the reason why you guys are not the reason why I review films, but you guys are the reason why I continue posting on this channel. Thank you for spending 13-something minutes. I don't know. I haven't looked at the counter yet, but I think it's something big. I don't know. But I'm glad you guys have been sitting here and watching my film reviews. This is the Film Critic. This is the Unpaid Film Critic, signing out. And P.S., I am going to be remaining named Unpaid Film Critic no matter what.